Welcome back, team.
The firstly, coming to the logging and monitoring, just want to make sure what exactly the monitoring or what exactly the logging and how that is helpful for you in your real-time team. I just want to understand what is your idea on that. Always remember one thing: logging, monitoring is very important in real time. Okay, these two are very important. Even most of the companies today also really very struggle to configure these kind of things, but you need to have a proper architecture to route the logs to one place where you can play with the logs in that particular area. So you need to have an idea. For example, in your simple architecture you are saying front door as one component, app service as one component, right? In total, three components are available, but FD app service you can consider. Now, the question here is, okay, how to monitor the front door logs? How to monitor app service logs? If there is a case like, for example, from Azure, they took some downtime for app service maintenance because this is Azure Manager component, right? When it is Azure Manager component, obviously they will try to take some downtime for the patch upgrades or whatever it is. During that time, if you are not noticed regarding that particular case, definitely you will experience some downtime. If you experience the downtime, your end user, you your end user will rise, or your customer will raise their voice. Hey, seems you mentioned us, we are on Azure Cloud. You mentioned SLA is 99.9999%, but seems to be we got the downtime suddenly. These kind of things are quite oftenly happening. What is happening exactly to the app services or application deployments? To sort out that, you need to make sure you need to make sure health health checks are covered. Okay, this is the first thing. You need to make sure the health checks are really covered. Health checks of app service and the front door. And secondly, okay, for example, your application is running inside the app service, but your application is not responding. Your application is giving me some error, some gateway error, or some 500 errors, some errors. Application is down, application error, whatever it is. Then again, you should be able to alert to the team members so that the team members can inform the customer or the client, hey, seems to be application is throwing some alerts. Definitely, we need to check this case, or we may need to take some downtime based upon the incident severity. Based upon that. So another one here is team. Another one here is alerting. Alerting. Okay. Next one. Okay, fine. So far, once the alert being triggered to you, hey, seems to be your application app service is not working. Then what is your intention? My intention is immediately I want to go and I want to see what is that alert, right? To see the alert or to see the failure, you need to refer the logs. You need to refer the logs. That is what logging. If you refer the log, then only you can see the alert. That is where exactly the logging comes into the picture. Okay. Now, during this process, during this process, if you experience any one of these things, immediately you need to act on that particular issue immediately. That's all. That's all about the thing you need to think about always. Even any component, today you are just have two components in your hand. If you go to 10 components also, concept is same, the process is same, configuration is same, everything is same team. Okay, that is what exactly you need to keep in your mind. For example, now let's go to our area and we will see our cases. Okay, we have front door and app services, right? I'm just going to the app services. We have two app services which are running in Southeast Asia and East Asia. I'm just opening one. Okay, just go there to the one app services. Whenever you come here, team, remember one thing: whenever you come here, always, always, you will see or you can see about their area called logs. You are seeing logs, alerts, and diagnostic settings. Any component in Azure will have these kind of components for sure. These kind of options for sure. Keep that point in your mind. Okay. Okay. Now, what we need to do first? We need to configure the health first. Okay. Just go to the app service, scroll down, click on resource health. Click on resource health. When you click on the resource health team, it is telling you health history. Today, it's healthy only, it is telling. But actually, what is my intention? My intention is I want to make sure an alert to be triggered in case of this app service goes for a maintenance. Click on app service resource health alert. Click on that. I'm just selecting this is a resource health team. Okay. This is commonly you need to perform for all your components which are there in your system. Remember this one. Okay. These are all the standard process which you need to follow. There you go for the event status, whether it is active, in progress, or resolved or updated. I'm picking all the things, team, because because for example, if if this particular app service is going for an update, after some time it will come back to active, right? After some time it will come back to active. Then also you need an alert. But this doesn't mean that 24 hours you will get an alert. Not that one, team. Okay, not that one. Don't think like that. Event status, that is what event status. Or if you are not really interested to bring this active, take it out and you can select only three, because active means it's a safe case only for you. You don't need an alert. If you think of course you can keep that one. Current resource status, what is your current resource status? Especially current resource status, available is not required for you. If it is upgrade degraded or unavailable, it's required for us. Previous resource status, the previous resource status, you are keeping all each and everything in the previous, because previously it may be available but now it's not available. Previously it may be available, now it's degraded. So you can keep this status as it is. That's all. Reason type, whether it is a platform initiated means Azure initiated, or unknown person, is there any person intentionally did this one, or user initiated, or some team member initiated this one. Any case we are considering that one. Go for the I'm taking an actions. Under the actions, it is asking select action group. Click on the action group. Sorry, you don't have anything now. Let me create one. You don't have any action group in your hand right now. What is action group? This action group is the one which tells you to whom you want to send an alert, to whom you want to notify. Click on the action group. Just come here, Jim. It's a global. That's the luckiest thing which you can consider. Don't deploy this one into any region, so that you can use this action group even your East Asia case also. Okay. Then action group name. Yes, I want to give some name for this particular thing. I'm just giving this particular thing as tracker project action group. Okay. Tracker project action group. A display name. I'm just giving the same. All right. No worries. I think it is stopping us. It's okay. Notifications. Okay. What kind of notification you want to make sure, team? I want to make sure, is it email, or you want to go with email Azure Resource Manager role? Easily you can select email. That's the easiest one. And it is asking you, please give the email ID here. You can give your email ID here, team. Okay. I have one sample email ID with me. I can give that particular thing. If any alert comes, I think I'll open that email ID and I can show you. Or in your real time. You have some deal groups. If you recall, in your company, all your team members will form one common email ID, right here. So some, for example, if you're all the tech leads, I think tech lead at some so-and-so company.com, you'll form a group like that. You can simply give that group here. Or your support or operations team means monitoring team actually. Your operations team. Operations team means they will always monitor your application. They may have some dedicated email ID also. Get that email ID and pass here so that they will be notified. No need of SMS and all. These things are all not really needed to. And finally, click OK. It is asking the name. I'm just giving a tracker operations email ID. That is exactly the thing I'm just selecting. That's all. Go for actions. Okay, what kind of notification you selected at the email? That's perfectly all right. Especially these things. What is these things then? See, Azure has a capability not only to trigger simple an email to you. They have a capability whenever alert comes, you want to run some automation task in your cloud. No, you want to trigger Azure functions. You want to trigger Event Hub. You want to trigger ITSM. You want to trigger a logic app. You want to trigger a webhook. All these things are still possible with alert. Still possible. I will show you one case out of these. I will show you how to trigger a logic app out of all these things. Okay, that could be useful for your real time also, but not right now. Later I can show you. Go for the tax, and later in the sense for next project. And here is the one usually you are very much interested. Usually you will give application. Go for the value. You will give the tracker. Just keep the same. Review create. Finally create. That's all. You know what you did? You created an action group. That's all you created, team. That is the one exactly being selected here. You clicked on this button, you played so far over there. One email configured, that's perfectly all right. If you want to configure any properties for this alert rule, you can. Some key and value, but not really needed. Go for the details. Now, you need to tell the alert rule name very clearly this time. Okay, what is this alert rule name? Alert rule name is app service primary health alert. Health alert. Okay, I'm just defining very clearly. It's a meaningful name only I just provided so that I can easily understand. Just go there. Just followed by go for the tags. You know that this is a alert. This is a resource help. This one also I'm just giving application as tracker. Review create. Finally create. Okay. Team. This is exactly how to create health alerts for your components. Okay. No one will tell you about these things, team. But these things are really needed once you go to a company. Because you deployed means deployed. That's all. That is not your job. Once you deployed, you need to make sure your deployment is really healthy. The component is really healthy. If the component is not healthy, what you need to do, what team needs to do, these things also you need to think about. Okay, so that is exactly the creating a health alert team. Okay, creating a health alert. You know, health alert being created. That's really good. Okay, next we are going to see how to create a normal alert team. Normal alert, meaning that in case of any failures or some failure, we should be able to create a normal alert, right? That's what I'm talking about. For example, you just go there, team. There you are seeing an option called alerts. Any component, for each and every component, you will see this team. Click on alerts. Now, it is asking you create an alert rule. It is already telling you, click this alert rule. When you click this alert rule, you will see in a drop down saying that see all signals. Click on signals. You know, this exactly the signal will help you what kind of alert you are looking for. That is really important. For example, I'm going to check some metrics, especially some metrics, the CPU time or average memory. Let me see our HTTP errors. See, you're seeing a lot of HTTPS alerts here. For example, if you get unauthorized exception, HTTP 401, or if you get some 403 forbidden, or 404 path not found, any or no, you want to cover all four series exceptions. This is good. Just simply select that. So you don't need to worry about 401, 402, 403, these things separately. You can simply select this one. Or if you want to cover all, you can select HTTP server errors also. But just wait for a moment. Let me double check what are all the things they're offering you. Yeah, this is activity log. Okay, fine. Okay, fine team. See, fine team. See, there are few things which you are commonly noticing here, team. Okay. The first thing they have, you can get a signal from the logs also. That's what exactly they're recommending. Exactly they're recommending. For example, if something happens, I'm giving the scenario for you, team. For example, something happens to your application where that is logged in the log analytics workspace. Now, how you will be notified? You will be notified if you set up any alert. Okay, something saying that, okay, audit logs related to the unexpected users. If any unexpected user is coming into the picture, then you will be alerted. Or count app logs by severity. If the severity, if the count is more than 5, then you will be alerted. Now, this is the what? This is the exactly the a recent trend also. This is filtering log. Filtering log. See, it not only storing your logs. Inside logs, you're going there, you're searching, you're getting the error exactly. That is really important, right? Not so easy, team. That is what filtering log. This is what exactly from if this is what we already configured. So you don't need to worry on the resource health. Especially the metrics, especially when you see the metrics. For example, I'm seeing some metrics. I'm simply selecting HTTP server errors. That is one alert which I'm selecting. Okay, that is one thing. Okay, you just go there. There, it is asking something. Okay, for example, it is asking threshold, aggregation type total, greater than count. Okay, threshold value. Usually, no one will prefer only for one error. Usually, always they'll prefer at least some 5 errors. Okay, if a number of errors are more than 5, then alert us. Maybe sometimes, maybe some user initiated or some because of some environment behavior, one or two may come very commonly. But if you still want to monitor that one also, you can keep here one. Okay, you can keep here one, Jim. Okay, that and all depends upon your application attention, the behavior to the public. Okay, now you go to the dimension name. Sorry, this particular thing, I believe this is not really needed. This is not really needed. But what exactly you need to check here is how exactly you want to check. This one is if you get more than one, you will be elected. Okay, but how frequently you want to check? If you come here, check every 1 minute. Every minute you will check for past 1 minute. If you do that, what will happen? Every minute will be evaluated. Every minute will be evaluated. For example, now the time is 10 o'clock. Okay, 10 o'clock. Now, what exactly this alert will do? It will go there and check is there anything is there from 9:59 to 10. 9:59 to 10. When the time becomes 10:01, now it will go there and check is there any alert came 10 to 10:59. I mean, I'm talking about the seconds. Okay, I'm talking about the seconds. 10 to 10:01. So, is there any alert trigger? Oh, that is what exactly it will check. So every minute will be evaluated so that you can understand. That's it. Now see, I'm seeing some issues I'm seeing. See, if you see this one, HTTP server errors are greater than 1. If it is greater than 1, this is what your threshold is. This is what your threshold. This is what your threshold. But you are seeing some HTTP server errors. Basically, these are all the things are commonly coming. Commonly coming. You are seeing some HTTP server error. So HTTP server error means server is not from your end, right? You are not handling the server, to be frank here. Server is provided by Azure. Server is provided by Azure team. Okay. This could be because I provision the app service today. Again, I provision one more app service today. I think same to mimic the behavior. Might be that one. That's why it is not showing you the historical part. It is just showing you the part of whatever just before we started. That is what exactly it is showing. Anyway, what we can do here, firstly, basically team, there is another signal type also. I'm just keeping this another signal, which is HTTP 4XX. I just want to show you the graph for you. I just changed the a signal name. Now you just come here, here, where is this alert? Where is this alert? Why it is taking 10? It is taking 10 as okay. I'm just taking alert as 5. And we just come here, team. This is your alert. This is very clear cut visibility. Now you are saying some issue. Actually, there is some issue. Something happened exactly at this particular moment, 9:32. 9:32, something happened where I do see a lot of alerts, a lot of errors actually. Now that is the time exactly my application provisioning. So don't worry on that. Okay, ignore that. But if you get anything now, that's the case. Exactly, we need to see. Okay, you don't see anything. Okay. If you think you're not really satisfied with only one, you can add another one. You can come here. The condition number 2. You can go to the condition number 2, team. Then go for the cell signal one more time. Again, you can check anything, team. Maybe the response times and all not really needed. Don't do that, because this and all. For example, if unexpected load is there on your system, obviously they will experience bad latency, right? Higher latencies. If you really your system demands and your user is also demanding that particular application should be respond in 5 seconds or 10 seconds, then these kind of alerts really make sense, team. Okay, that and all your wish. Okay, but I just mentioned one thing over there. And you can keep another one as HTTP server errors also. Another one I'm just keeping over there. I'm just keeping the HTTP server result of 5, and finally I'm just keeping here. I'm just placing over there, and let's proceed on this particular thing. We will see what is this HTTP errors also. I'm not very sure because I'm seeing a count over there. But this is the time basically when I started my app service. But now it should be good. But still I'm seeing some count. Okay, we will try to see what exactly it is coming from. All right. That another alert also I added as a HTTP server stream, HTTP server error. Okay, I'm closing this one. And you will be charged each signal 10 cents, 10 cents per month. That is the exactly the charge you will be. Okay, fine, that should be okay. N number of conditions you can add, that and all your wish. Okay, that and all your wish. Go to the actions. You need to select action group, right? We have an action group already, team. This is our action group. Select this one, select over there. That's perfectly all right. See, email is already configured. Go to the details. Now the important case for you. Whatever the alerts you configured, what kind of severity you want to keep that. See, those are all errors, team. Those are all errors. You just configure if HTTP failures came, or you just configure some 400 errors. Those things usually will tag as a error. Tag as a error. You may think, then what is a critical? Critical means application app service itself completely down, or nothing is working. Nothing is working. It's a completely down. That kind of scenarios only will call critical. But in real time, you can call this one as an error. But what is a warning? Warning is the one usually you can think about. For example, if CPU utilization is standing at 75%, it's a warning to you. It seems to be your CPI is about to close. So you need to increase your app service plan or something like that. That and all will fall under warning team. Okay. Informational alert means, for example, this alerts definitely if there is some maintenance on your app service, definitely Azure will send an alert to you saying that it seems to be a maintenance is there tonight at 12 o'clock. That is usually the informational or web post. They'll categorize any one of these things. Web post means usually if they want to describe, it is not at an alert to you, but they just want to give some information about okay planned maintenance in future, or some, though there is a downtime but still your cases are working. Those kind of information they will tag under web post, and they will send an alert to you. But you no need to care about information on the web post. Not really needed. Okay, these two are not really needed. Okay, right, team. Web post means more information. Information means whatever the information is there, that one only they'll just highlight to you. Okay, They describe more if they want to give more information. It's not at all a severity of your case. Okay, severe, not at all a severity, not at all impacting you. Okay, that case only they will use web post, but you don't need to worry on this one. Go to alert rule. Now I'm just keeping an alert here saying that, okay, this is an alert. Okay, I'm just taking tracker hyphen alerts. Okay, I'm just keeping here HTTP alert. Okay, that is what exactly I'm just giving some name and keeping the same name over there, and just go for the tags. Again, the application here, I'm just giving application, and as part of this one, I'm just selecting the value, review and create, and finally you are creating this particular alert rule. So you created an alert rule team. You created an alert rule. So you sorted out health, you sorted out alert rule.
Thank you for the session. See you in the next part.